Hey everyone, LJ here, voice actor for the critically acclaimed pop culture phenomenon character Little Johnny. Do you enjoy our content? I enjoy our content, but I also enjoy being able to continue making it and making it better. So if you would like to support us, head on over to vessel.com/the TTV channel for all of our content a week early if you sign up for early access. And heck, even if you don't want to do that, the content is still free. It will come out in just a week and you can still watch it as though you're watching a normal YouTube video. The difference being, it supports us and supports Vessel, which is a great platform. So go ahead, head on over to vessel.com/the TTV channel and get your free trial today. And don't forget to complain in the comments about how much you hate Little Johnny in my voice. I haven't heard it yet, so please, keep doing it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV BrickFeed podcast. I'm Jonathan Juan.
I'm Meso.
I'm Prpl.
And I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
Thanks for tuning in.
How's it going this week, everybody?
It's
Dude,
great.
I'm third in the name order, and I'm not last either.
You are
Oh
not.
my gosh.
That's
Pat
definitely
yourself
something
on
that's
the back.
happening.
You've made it. You're in the big
Yay.
leagues now.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Moving up in the world and the name order.
Yep.
I'm glad that the name order is a value of your worth.
Yep. I
I know that.
Caring about the
I'll mess of your place in name order from now on. Now that I know it's like tied intrinsically to what you think of yourself.
Yep.
For real though, we are brought to you today by our two sponsors, Vessel and the TTV Message Boards, and you'll be hearing more from them in the podcast.
I love our epic
as we go
sponsorship
on.
with the TTV Message
Oh,
Boards.
I know.
True.
Man, those guys have been with
awesome.
us. Those guys have been with us since the beginning. Really glad to work with them. Honestly, they've done a lot.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're really great to work
Those
with when it comes
mods
to the channel.
are great.
Yep.
Hey.
All right. Well.
Really, it's the owners who are the people that made it happen.
Totally.
But it's okay.
Hey,
It's like
speaking
phone
of
is going
owners.
down and they're slaving to get it back up. Working so hard.
At least they're doing the job
All right.
I don't want to do.
Spoken like a true American. Speaking of true Americans, what's more American than memes? Am I right?
Wow.
What?
Is that
Right.
That's where we're going with
That
this.
sucked. But anyway, yeah, memes are
Oh,
like
they-
a thing.
Memes also sucked. But you know what actually really kind of blew my mind about memes? Why did Bionicle suddenly just happen? How did that... What?
I don't
what
know.
went
It's
into
just
that?
meme culture. It's like one thing is like sort of amusing, and then everyone else finds it amusing, and it just
Yeah, okay.
spreads like
You're
a plague.
right. You're not like, you're right, but the thing is that usually it's like some random thing. It's like a photo of someone and they're like, that's Scumbag Steve, or like, that's, you know, the Bradluck Brian.
Bradluck Brian.
Bradluck Brian. It's just like, it's usually
Wow.
it's like some random non sequitur thing that then gets turned into an in-joke. That's how usually these memes come about. Bionicle becoming a meme is a lot of people already being into the in-joke. Like, some of the memes they did are, like, only make sense if you know Bionicle. Like, oh, you know, I've got the Mask of Light, come over. You know,
Yeah.
or like, when did this, showing that, you know, the original Tawamata become more, you know, beautiful than this, showing the, like, the redesigns. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like, they're things that people had to know in order to do that. There's a lot of people that got those jokes. There's
Yeah.
a ton of upvotes on that. That's crazy.
All of a sudden, it's just like Bionicle has exploded and become relevant in, I wouldn't say like mainstream pop culture, it's just internet meme
No,
culture.
no. But like,
it's still a big deal.
internet
It's never
subculture.
happened before.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. For recap, let's recap what happened for people who don't know. This is from my side. Sunday night, LJ is on the chat and he's like, "Hey, this was on the front page of Imgur. It's Levok." And we're like, "That's kind of weird. Whoa, it's like a meme Levok in it." It's like, all right. And then the next day, Monday morning, I go up and we're all, you know, we're going through Reddit, and me IRL has all of these Bionicle memes. For whatever reason, that night, Sunday, October 9th, I think. Basically, someone did one Bionicle meme and it took off like wildfire. And a lot of people got the joke, and it was like one of those things that just people jumped upon, and it blew up from there. But to the point where like news sites started reporting on it. Like College Humor did a thing on it.
Wow, really?
Didn't Discord? Yeah.
Discord.
You got
College
just
Humor did an
posted one.
Discord literally made a tweet referencing like, oh, this is
It was
Bionicle
like, hey, we're
Memes
gonna do
again.
a hoodie giveaway tomorrow. Just some random hoodie, and it was a photoshopped picture of Tahu Master with a hoodie.
Yeah, like what is going on here? And it's Tahu Master too. So like either they just Googled Tahu.
Probably. Or
And-
they probably just Googled, like, Bionicle or something.
They were
It's
just
like,
trying
Well,
to
here,
cash
I'm
in.
gonna Google
Yeah,
Bionicle
basically.
right now. What comes up when I see
Yeah,
Bionicle?
Tahu Master's right here. 4th
Um,
result for me.
Yeah, now totally.
I just like.
I'm looking through. Yeah, it's basically a lot of the newer stuff is returning on higher results.
I imagine
Yeah.
we'll be talking about this a lot more on the next episode of the TTV podcast. But as far as a thought to share here, I just gotta say, like, why did it have to happen now?
I love.
Yeah,
like,
why couldn't it
the
have started, like, at
timing-
the beginning of 2015 when,
The
like...
timing of Lego canceling
It's the
Bionicle
worst.
and it going internet viral just a couple months later is
Ugh.
absolutely the worst. And
Bring
it's a
back
thing that will-
Bionicle 2017.
It's not going to happen again.
Nope.
This viral thing that happened and Lego could have capitalized on it and they don't have anything to sell and it's done. That's it.
Yep, it'll vanish
When
in
things
time
go
and fade
viral
into obscurity.
this way on the internet, you can't replicate that. That's done. I love how Lego tried to get this whole thing going of like the 6 gold mask and try to get it trending in social media. That didn't work at all. Spent how many thousands of dollars making those masks? Just gone. Just like that. And one stupid person post a me IRL meme. And now Bionicle is like being reported. College Humor's talking about it.
Oh
Like,
my
and, like,
gosh.
College Humor, the article is not just like, oh, this new random thing that came out. That's kind of weird. I don't know what these things are. It was like, these are the top 15 Bionicle memes because Bionicle's the best thing to be ever made. It's like, okay, so you know about this. Cool. All right.
Where
Awesome.
were you when Bionicle 2015 needed you?
Yeah, well, I think just one thing that sticks out to me is that it came back, like, there's a big, huge Bionicle post that appeared on Reddit, like, a few years ago. So it's like a lot of people know about the 2001 through 2003. Like, that was a lot of people's childhoods.
Yeah.
I think there's not a lot of
Yeah.
people that realize that Bionicle came back either. So they're just kind of like making
Yeah,
jokes
no.
based on, their nostalgia or whatever.
That's definitely true. Like, I know Kai was combing through the posts, and a lot of people had no clue whatsoever that it was actually back.
Which is a thing to me that's like, okay, beyond, we've talked about Bionicle's marketing. And we talked about how, like, if a Bionicle movie would do well or not. And we've said before, well, Bionicle probably would not do well in terms of a cinematic movie, depending on how many people knew about it. But I think this does prove, more than anything else, there's still a really large active fan base of people who remember Bionicle, where it was like a big part of their childhoods, and it's like a big thing that everyone recognizes. The Bionicle coming back in pop culture, even for like a brief 3 days, basically, proves that there's so many people that didn't know that Bionicle came back and that Lego's
Yeah.
marketing was not speaking to these people. And granted, I don't know if these people would have bought toys, so
Yeah.
I can see why Lego isn't so gung-ho about reaching them. But at the same time, this proves to me that Bionicle was a cultural, like, touchstone. Like, everyone recognizes these, and they can get these in-jokes. Some of them, like, even, like, whoever wrote this article for College Humor, I don't know who it was. I don't know if they, does College Humor just accept random submissions? One of the memes in here is, like, literally just, like, Umarak the Destroyer will not prevail. And it's like, okay, well, you can't get that unless you're, like, going over GT,
Yeah,
so.
you have to be in the know.
Maybe it was just, I mean, I guess so. And maybe it was just, it was a Bionicle sounding name. Maybe it was like, I don't know. It was just interesting to me that Bionicle really does have cultural relevance, and
Yep.
Lego missed out on that.
You
I would
dropped
feel.
the ball.
The fans all knew about it, but like the public conscience had no idea this was coming back.
I just love how you put it when you were like, all
And,
that
yeah.
money Lego spent on the gold masks for nothing, basically. Like, that got them very little actual marketing value. It didn't really help the theme.
Yeah, it literally did nothing.
But
Like, I honestly don't know anyone who was like, oh yeah, I didn't know about Bionicle came back until I saw a picture of his trash can. And I was like, whoa.
But people see the Levok picture.
Hey, that kind of looks like a mask from my childhood.
Oh, people see Levok, people see like the original Toa stuff, and like they go nuts about it.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember like going to Barnes and Nobles and my wow, I was buying like a bunch of Bionicle sets, and my cashier was like, "Whoa, I didn't know they brought these back. This was like my childhood."
I moved into my apartment, and my one of the people in the apartment complex was helping me move in, and he was like, "What are these?" And like, "Oh, they're Bionicles." I was like, dude, are these Bionicles? No way!
That's
I had a ton
crazy.
of them.
yeah,
And it was like a thing where like, yeah,
Well,
Mhm.
I think that's about all our
Not tuned
Bionicle
into
discussion
nerd culture,
we can
just kinda
have
like-
on this week's
kinda there.
BrickFeed with that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, that's it. That's basically where we're going with that. We'll talk about it a lot more in the TTV podcast because, again, it's marketing and what Lego did wrong, so I'm sure we're going to go through a bunch of that.
Oh,
To be
boy.
fair, hard to get a me IRL meme, like, going for it. I made some memes I thought were, like, pretty funny.
Yeah.
But they just never, like, it was a time thing. You gotta post the right place, right time when it comes to me IRL. And, like, you get flooded by all these other submissions, so.
Memes are a delicate balance.
They are. Yes, there's an art to them.
The art of meming.
Yes.
Alright, second thing on the news docket, unless anyone else has anything to say, Ninjago Dawn of the Dead got some clips
Dawn of the
revealed on
Dead.
the
Dawn
Cartoon
of the
Network.
Dead.
I'm sorry.
Day of
Did
the
I say Dawn of the
Departed.
Dead?
That's certainly
Day
an
of the
interesting theme.
That would be, I mean, like, I personally think that's a better title, but I flubbed there, so I
It's
can't
Day of the
really
Departed,
save
even
myself.
though it looks like it's taking place at night, so it's night of the not
Departed,
there anymore.
right. Also, okay, here's the main thing that stood out to me in that clip. They were like, oh yeah, Day of the Departed. And he's like, oh, not just any Day of the Departed. There is a lunar eclipse. And Sensei Wu just offhand is like, oh yes, the Yin Yang eclipse. What? How?
It's
How does a
magic?
Yin Yang? But how does that work? Like, okay, the eclipses, for those who don't know, come when the moon gets in front of the sun. That's the lunar eclipse. Or the sun,
The sun gets in front of the moon.
hold up. That doesn't make any sense. There's
The Earth
something
goes
in
in front
solar
of the
eclipse.
moon.
The Earth goes in front of the moon. Right. Which is solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Long story
Wait,
short,
is that how it works, or is it flip-flopped?
it might be flip-flopped.
Yeah.
It might be flip-flopped. Education. Long story short, you can't get a yin-yang symbol, though, in an eclipse. Like, there's no... Think about it. Like, how would the moon be in front of the sun in a certain way to form that curved symbol?
Well, maybe they just have a funky-looking moon. Maybe it's...
Like the ruby moon?
Yeah, what is up with the ruby moon? Anyway.
Okay, so they're like, yeah, that's another thing to get into. But the yin yang moon, I felt, was a little interesting. I don't know how that works at all. Seems like it shouldn't work at all.
I mean, Ninjago's weird.
Oh, yeah,
like-
I mean, Ninjago, like, the ghost stuff is, like, so arbitrary. It's like, oh, this you can grab, but this you can't grab because you're a ghost.
Ghosts.
It's like, okay,
Ghost physics
cool.
makes
And
no
it-
sense.
you're right. And also, like, I guess you can, like, Cole's able to retrieve the weapon, but the Sensei, what's his name? Sensei Yang can't. Which also bears in mind there's Sensei Yin, because I'm assuming is where they're going with
so
this,
stupid.
right?
Ooh.
If there's a Sensei Yang and...
It
They're
would
so
be
Yes, it would be.
thoughtful
an
and
interesting
creative.
concept depending on how they like go about it. Like if Sensei Yin is just like a Deus Ex Machina, whatever, who can instantly
Yeah, no,
defeat
Sensei
Yang.
Yin is like water jitsu.
Yeah, like Nia
You know,
2.0,
and it's-
but
right,
as a
right.
sensei.
Hey, Invi.
Right.
I forget. Did you ever watch Ninjago?
Not really, no.
You
Never
should
got
get
into it.
It's the new big thing. There's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the new big thing.
It's
There's
the
no
old
memes
big
of
thing.
Ninjago, as far as I'm
If
concerned.
there's no memes, I'm not interested. No memes, no interest. But in reality, so many people are asking me to watch show X or show Y, and it's like, I don't have time to watch any of that.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Watch them all at once.
Yeah, why not? All right. See you guys.
You do that thing that the RT podcast is talking about, where they overlay two movies or two shows by like splitting up the
Oh,
frames.
yeah.
Like
Right.
every other frame is
Exactly.
a frame from another movie, and you just like
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
That can't work. I don't think.
focus in on one thing.
I would be interested to see if that could work.
And like
but I don't think it
the
could.
audio is through stereo headphones. Like one earbud is for one movie, and the other one's for like the other movie.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Wow.
imagine the headache you'd get from that.
I know, right? Imagine having two different movies going on in your brain.
Anyway, this Ninjago
Imagine
clip
getting them
is,
like mixed up.
this
Anyway, sorry.
Ninjago clip is one thing, but there was also an update to the website.
Ah,
And
yes. The museum.
Yeah, it has a bunch of little facts about Day of the Departed that you can go check out, at your leisure, about the enemies and the story and whatever.
Yeah,
Some
it's
fun
like a
bits of
recap
trivia.
type thing.
It's
to remind
basically a
people.
recap of the series, but there was one interesting thing that I know LJ wanted to be here to talk about, but for fans of Ninjago, have we wondered what happened to the elemental blades? They were the weapons from the Stone Army wave. They were the final part of the original Ninjago story. where they were these weapons they got that allowed them to use elemental powers again. Basically, they were a pretty big deal after the golden weapons had been destroyed. And all of a sudden they were just gone. Like, out of the story, and they were back to having regular, generic, like, shurikens and swords and stuff, and we were like, what happened to them? And the writers never gave an answer, like, it was always very vague. Like, this big relic, this important artifact from Ninjago's past just vanished into thin air. Well, the website claims that they were found. The ninja had discarded them upon their return, and they were found by a super fan. Like a fanboy of the ninja.
Gosh.
A fan took the weapons and started his own museum. And it's not even the museum from the actual Day of the Departed story.
Oh my
it's some
God.
other
No, are you
museum.
serious?
It's some random other.
Okay.
Are you serious? Okay, how do
Really?
you just randomly find elemental weapons? So, like, did they just, like, toss
They
them
threw
on the
them in the
ground or in a
trash.
trash? Why would you throw those out? Those are valuable. Do you just have, like, backup weapons? They didn't even have, like,
They
their
didn't. They used
techno
generic
weapons yet.
stuff. They've never had, like, actual cool weapons again. It's all just been random.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so the ninja, the elemental weapons gives a ninja their powers.
At that point in the story, yes. That was...
Okay, but does it not give him any powers anymore?
No.
Is that what they threw
Because
him
they
out?
awakened them internally, but they did that
Did they?
afterwards.
Right, but
I
like,
thought.
but, okay, so this new fan, he gets the elemental weapons. Can he now use the elements?
Probably.
Seventh ninja.
Yeah.
Ninja of light.
The ninja.
It's talking to him.
Exactly, he becomes like the avatar, can control all 4 elements.
What makes this
Lorde.
worse is that Tommy Anderson was
5
on
elements.
Twitter saying that he doesn't like this and it wasn't his decision. This is just
Oh my
something that
God.
was done on the website, and it is canon for all we know, but he doesn't like it. And now this brings
What
up a whole
the-
new question again, because like Tommy Anderson had given a different explanation before. He said that Ultra Dragon had brought them to the Spirit Coves, whatever that was. And now
that
it's
one
like,
sounds
which one
better,
is
honestly.
canon? It's like, I guess the website must be, because it's an official LEGO source instead of a random Twitter post, but this is just the same debate we were having with Bionicle. Canon hierarchy and stuff.
Oh boy.
So,
Yeah, the website seems to be a bit more like on its own in comparison to like the sets in this actual TV show. Like the people who like make the website don't communicate as much with the other two.
I feel like that's true of all LEGO story themes. I feel like
Yeah.
the website, like LEGO story team, really is like kind of fractured a lot of the times when it comes to promotional material.
yeah.
You know, like, and we have to go through this thing where we're like, all right, is this canon? Is this not canon? This is only in the website. This is only in promotional material. Like, we'll get a lot of stuff where there's not like there's not one person devoted to making sure all the promotional material lines up with official canon.
Fair.
If Bionicle or like Ninjago or like any of these story themes had that kind of person there, I feel like we would have a much more cohesive media narrative, and we
I'd
don't.
be
Okay,
inclined to
so
agree.
what if the ninja threw him
Okay.
out, the Ultra Dragon found it in the trash, took it to the Spirit Coves, and then the random fan followed the dragon, took the swords, and made a museum?
That's
Okay.
dumb. That's
All
what,
right.
but it could work. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
I don't know where this is going at all. I honestly have zero idea of where you could go with all the elemental stuff being in a
Because it
museum.
doesn't matter. That's what it is. It's like, it's just some dumb, lingering plot thread that people wanted answers to.
Yeah.
That sounds like, I mean, like, yeah, it's really kind of like, back when Bionicle was around and Greg Parrish used to be like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
You want this mask to have this power? Whatever.
Basically.
Cool.
Like, here's just
Yeah.
some random explanation.
It just kind of annoys me that they got rid of their golden weapons at all. Like, they could have, like, upgraded the, wow, I just can't talk. The golden weapons to be, like, more elemental looking. Like, instead of Kai's sword having a golden blade, it could have had, like, the colorful blade, and then, like, the scythe could have a colorful
When
spike
you say
and all
golden
that.
weapons, are you talking about the elemental blades? Because, like, the golden weapons formed the mega weapon.
Yeah, I don't like how they got rid of
Oh,
those.
right.
Like,
Wait. Didn't they get rid of the mega weapon, though?
The mega weapon blasted into a star and then was later used to power
no,
the
a
golden
comet, not a
master.
star.
Wait. What was the thing that they destroyed so that, like, Lloyd could become an adult? What was that whole deal?
That was,
What,
tomorrow's tea.
Yeah, it was just a trap the T.
No, but, like, didn't they have, there was a huge weapon
That's
that they
the mega
did, and then
weapon.
they destroyed that. That's a mega
They
weapon.
didn't
Yeah.
destroy the mega
Okay.
weapon so that Lloyd could become an adult.
No, I know, but like, I mean, like, that went, okay, sorry. I'm confused with that because like, Lloyd becomes an adult and then the next day they go and they do the next episode. They go and they destroy the mega weapon, basically. And then like, all the stuff that's done by the mega weapon is undone.
Except for Lloyd being older.
Except for Lloyd just
maybe like, changing the end of the timeline sort of shifted time forward several years, so then Lloyd like aged naturally, but
it's stupid.
Oh, right. And he's like, except when he comes back, and he's like, guys, where have you been for the last 5 years? He's like, oh, hey, you're back.
Dumb.
I mean, you would think that it's like all your friends disappeared and you didn't know where they were for 5 years and they came back. You'd be like, where have you been? As opposed to like, oh, hey, man, how's it going?
Invi, I gotta wonder. This must sound like a foreign language.
Yeah, pretty much. You've got me
like,
lost.
Honestly, like, Lloyd became an adult and they destroyed the mega weapon.
Oh my gosh.
No, what you're saying, Prpl, couldn't have happened, else Nia would be like way older than Kai, wouldn't she?
I don't know, man.
Because like Nia didn't go with them, so if Lloyd ages into an adult, Nia also ages as well. So Nia has to be like this older woman now, as opposed to like the teenagers that are like
I don't know.
the four ninja.
That's another discussion. The ninjas' ages, because like,
oh boy,
I've heard from like Cole's voice actor that like they're 14. But then I've also heard from like on Twitter that they're like older teenagers, like 19, maybe 20.
They're teachers.
They're teachers as well.
It's all really dumb,
man.
But
I mean, the whole teacher thing, you can technically be a teacher while younger, but like, who else is gonna teach them aside from Sensei Wu? Like, there aren't really all that many ninjas there.
Wu, who else would Sensei Wu teach in between the time that like, you know, the whole Garmadon thing went down? And
well, there was Garmadon, the whole Garmadon thing, and then Moro happened, and then presumably Kai and the others. Except in between that time, he's aged like a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm not really sure what he was doing
in between Moro and the new ninja. Yeah, and also like, what happened to all his other students?
He's like
besides
Obi-Wan.
Moro?
He just kind of like would become a recluse. Like, I'm gonna buy.
Well,
yeah, like,
okay,
man,
so
I didn't do this on my first try, therefore
Moro
I
is
should
a ninja.
probably
We get that.
wait.
But like all the other students that we see there with Sensei Wu, did they just kind of like
screw them? They're not important. They're not main characters.
It would be interesting if all the other elemental masters were like Sensei Wu's former pupils as
We
well.
can try.
That would be interesting,
But
depending on how they do it. If it was just like, oh yeah, by the way, I have all these other...
He's the one person
He's not
that's
the
training
only
all
sensei.
the current...
There's other senseis.
Technically, yes.
He's trained 4 elemental masters just out of the blue. He just happened to pick the 4 people that are elemental masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I want to know what's like up with the original elemental masters that like fought in the Serpentine War and all that.
Dead.
Because like, I mean, yeah, they're dead, but like, I don't know. I want to know more about like Ninjaga's backstory and stuff. Like they're doing all this stuff in the present, and it's just sort of getting really like convoluted and stuff. Like they keep introducing all these previous plot points, like, oh, I had a student before you, and oh, there were all these wars, and oh, my dad created Ninjago, and that's now like
my dad
in modern times. How old are you?
Yeah, my dad was God, by the way. It's like, what? Okay. I mean, you think about like Ninjago City has been going on for a long time, and then this guy's just like, yeah, so one day my dad created the universe, and then he had me and my brother at some point, and then here we are.
Yeah, like,
and then Lloyd
if it was like, oh, my ancestor created this, then that makes a lot more sense, but it's like, no, my dad, therefore I must be like thousands of years old in order for this to make sense.
Yeah, it's like Lloyd is basically like, oh yeah, so you know, there's me, and then there's my dad, Garmadon, and then Garmadon Wu, and you know, Misako are my parents, and then there's God, and then there we go. That's as far as my family line goes. It's like, here's a family tree: me, dad, God. There we go.
Wow.
Grandson of God is Lloyd Garmadon.
Either way.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say Garmadon Wu? That's such a... No, I'm sorry. It's Wu Garmadon, right? That's like Sensei Wu's name.
Maybe?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it has to be because
Wu
like,
is just Wu and Garmadon is just Garmadon, but Lloyd is Lloyd Garmadon. So.
Yeah, Lloyd is Lloyd
What
Garmadon.
if his first name is Lorde and it's just spelled with an E? And they were like misspelling it the whole time.
Like Lord Garmadon?
Like the singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the singer.
Perfect.
Yeah, you don't never be Boyles. I mean, okay, so wait, who's the guy who creates everything? What's his name again?
The first
Spinjitzu master. He's usually referred to as FSM
Is
in fandom.
he Sensei Yin?
Ooh.
Stupid.
I doubt it.
Dumb.
But
Lame.
Okay, and also, where did he come? Wait. Where did he come from exactly? What's the story behind
I
God?
can't remember if this is just a thought I had or if it was like in a tweet, but I remember something about him being from like another realm, but I'm not entirely sure. It would make a lot of sense if he was just like from a realm and he was like put in charge of like Ninjaga's realm.
Okay. So wait, who's here's the important thing. Who is Wu and Garmadon's mom?
Dude, I don't know.
Maybe she's Yin. Maybe like
That would be
Yin.
neat.
So Yin's like this girl, and then like Yang's this evil guy, and then like there we go. They
What if they
complete each other.
pull like a love triangle thing where it's like, oh, Yang wanted to be with Yin, but she chose
right.
the other one, and it's just Wu,
Yeah,
Garmadon, and
exactly.
Misako all over again.
All over again.
I don't know if I can handle that, honestly.
God, I cannot handle any more contriived romance.
I have
in
to
the
pull
show.
my
I swear. There's only
parachute.
been like 2 relationships, and it's all
This
it
already
sucks.
Ninjaga's a good theme with a good plot, but if they've proven one thing, they don't know how to properly do relationships.
Here's what
No.
they should do. They should time skip to
Oh,
like
yeah?
40 years in the future, where like all the ninja are old sensei, you know, and then like and Lloyd's like somewhat there in the middle because he went back to being a kid again because that was stupid. And then there's like all the younger. No, but like for real, like they all the younger, and then they talk about all the stuff they did, and like, oh yeah, we had this love triangle going on of me and Cole and Jay.
That was stupid.
And, yeah, now it ends up I married Zane because robots.
And she just like
He
somehow
was a
has
rope-
kids
like-
with him.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Half robot, half human kids.
Cyborg kids.
It happened in Leo the Lion.
Oh my
No.
god. Build a baby.
Well, anyway.
Back to our keyword
That's
Lego.
Ninjago.
I mean, we were talking about Lego.
Day of the
so-
Departed. It's gonna happen on October 29th. We'll be covering
Ooh,
it.
that's coming
You'll
up.
see
Depending
it.
on if we're caught up by then. Let's hope.
I'm gonna watch it anyway, but
I will catch up before then.
Yeah, well,
Prove it.
Either I'll watch all of the episodes or I will like read up on some of the episodes and skip some of them.
you'll skip like
Yeah.
the best season.
Is it the best
Skybound.
season?
It's
Is it
Skybound
really?
is
It's
good,
one of the best
except for a certain part, which I don't want to spoil.
The end.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
right. I liked Tournament of the Elements.
Tournament
and I
of
thought that
Okay,
was
yeah,
last
fair.
It's
season.
the best season.
Fair.
Okay.
I do
Oh my
recall
gosh,
that
it's
being
like
good.
after rewatching like most of the seasons, Tournament of Elements still holds up.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
so solid.
Fair enough.
It's pretty great.
You know what else is pretty great? Batman.
Lame.
Batman is pretty great. But what's really great is that like we got a little bit of spoilers, maybe, possibly, about the Lego Batman movie, because there's a Lego Batman polybag that was released, and it is entitled Batman in the Phantom Zone.
Tell us
So for the uneducated?
Yeah, what
Right.
is the Phantom Zone?
I will tell you about the Phantom Zone. So basically, the Phantom Zone is a like sub-dimension used.
Another realm,
in-
maybe.
Basically, kind of like another realm. The idea is in DC Comics, the Phantom Zone is a subdimension that they send prisoners to, and so they will send like General Zod, for example, was put into the Phantom Zone in both movie iterations. Back in the original Superman, like Superman 2, I think, or Superman 3, I forget which one Zod is in the original Superman, and in Man of Steel, he also gets sent into the Phantom Zone. The Phantom Zone is like this, and it's like a weird dimension where like if you're put into there, you don't age, and you can be like stable, but you're also like trapped in there, basically. For a while, there was a thing where like they would send injured people into the Phantom Zone until they could figure out a way to cure them.
What do you do in the Phantom
and-
Zone? Do you just float around, or can you eat and like
you
do
kind of
things?
just float around. There's different interpretations of what the Phantom Zone actually ends up being. In some places, it's just like this ethereal place. Other places is like this almost like a frozen, like a Hoth kind of planet deal. There's one instance where like Batman goes into it and he's wearing like the suit, and he and Wonder Woman
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman go
Okay,
in.
anyways.
I wonder
Superman.
when you'll speak properly.
Ha!
I'm kidding.
Okay, hey,
Oh, snap.
I'm sorry.
how about
Could resist.
Give the guy a break.
How about you not?
Holy cow.
That being said, there used to be like when the Phantom Zone was first introduced, it was just like a thing where like 1 or 2 people were sent in, and then like during the Silver Age, Superman, who was supposed to be the last person from Krypton, talked with like 1 billion people in the Phantom Zone. There's like all these Kryptonians in the Phantom Zone, basically.
Huh.
So long story short, it is kind of cool that they're pulling in some Superman mythos and they're pulling in some stuff from like the expanded DC universe. But I don't know. I don't think that we're gonna get anything crazy out of this revelation. I also don't know if the Lego Batman universe is one of the 52 DC worlds. It might be. It might not be. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. Maybe
We will find out. Maybe
That movie
we
is
might not.
going to be an
Right.
Easter egg like hunt like you wouldn't
man,
believe.
as a comics fan,
You're probably gonna have to
as a
watch it
comics
like
fan,
3-4
I am so
times
excited.
just to see all these.
Yeah,
things.
there's gonna be all these references to like classic Batman lore and classic comic stuff. It's gonna be great.
Here's hoping.
I honestly do think it will probably be the best Batman movie that we've gotten.
Meh. I like Dark Knight Rises. I don't know if Bane can really be beaten as a villain.
The Bane
Great.
is also in the Lego Batman movie. Just saying.
Neat.
Fair enough. It's a cool poly bag. I don't know what the actual set's supposed to be, but I guess we'll find out in the future. So
Yeah, I think it's like a probe from the Phantom Zone. I think. I'm not sure. It's, again, there's multiple interpretations of the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Comes in and goes. And everything that was
Let's do a
recently
plug.
revealed. That's also yellow. Oh, sure. Okay, sure.
The
We'll get right into that.
gold coins you're gonna give us for sponsors or whatever.
What?
That sucked.
The what?
the gold coins we're gonna give us for sponsors. Purple's
Well,
brain.
I think she's saying that like maybe it's like a reward we're giving to.
or maybe
No.
reward money that we're getting for talking about our sponsors.
No, you're giving, not we're giving.
Okay, so we're giving money to talk about our sponsors. Why
We're
are
giving
we-
our gold coins that we don't have.
I have a gold coin in Mario.
Okay, I don't know where you guys are going with this. I'm gonna come back and reel it back in. If you guys want to like hear more of whatever this is going on, you can go right now to vessel.com/TV channel and get the latest episode of BrickFeed completely free. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to pay anything. Just right there, vessel.com/TTV channel, and you can just hear the latest episode of the BrickFeed podcast. If not, if you do want to get like some of our stuff 1 week early, you can totally get it for $2.99 a month or $19.99 a year. And all our other series right now are being put on Vessel for 1 week early access. We got some cool stuff coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to announce. I can say everyone knows that the recap reviews are going to be coming back at some point in time. We don't have
Really?
to
I
release
thought
it
they
for
were
it, but-
done.
They're coming back. So stay tuned for that. We got some top 10s that are pretty cool.
We have a Let's Play from Brick Fair that will be edited one day.
We
I wanna
do
see that.
maybe one day that I really want people to see, and I'm really kind of upset that it's
By the time
like,
it gets
we
around
might
to
not
being
be able to see
edited, it's
that
gonna be like,
for
oh,
a
the
while.
footage is corrupted and it'll all be lost. It'll be like,
Yeah, exactly. You know how our Let's Plays go.
yeah.
Oh man. Anyhow, that's what you need to do in order to catch up on our content. So
Quite right.
helped us out, helped us a lot by you going to Vessel. Really helped us support this channel and everything we're doing.
It's a very good idea
Thank you.
to go to Vessel. It's a great idea. And you know what else is a great idea? Lego
Oh,
the
boy.
Beatles ideas!
Wow.
Let's go.
So, like, okay.
Yellow Submarine.
Let's talk
Meh.
about the Yellow Submarine. I respect the Beatles. Obviously enough.
Wow.
Not like I mean, like
Good to
you
know.
know, I'm not like a huge like, oh
respect
man,
them.
the Lego Beatles. There we go. That's what I've been waiting for.
I
It's okay.
honestly do not care at all.
I don't think I've ever heard a Beatles song.
I
Really?
might have heard it like
That's
once
Wow,
Now that's
accidentally.
a shame.
surprises
I
me.
may have heard one and just not like connected it to the Beatles. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
You
imagine you
might have,
actually
yeah.
probably know a lot. You've probably
Yeah,
heard a
I
good amount of
honestly,
their
I mean,
songs.
they're very pop culture-y.
well,
Yeah, like
is it an accurate representation?
Well, okay, here's the thing. It's like the Yellow Submarine is this song, and there's a music video, I believe, that was released with it that they're parodying. And this is the Yellow Submarine in that video. For people that like really like the Beatles, I'm assuming this is a huge win. This is like something they really want to see. Personally speaking, I think that it's a great set that I won't be buying. I'm glad it exists for other people to get.
I'm perturbed that the majority of it appears to be like Keat orange and white and red and not actually yellow. Like, if that's the official design, then cool, but like, it just bothers me.
Yeah, that
It
is
does seem
kinda
okay.
weird.
I don't know how much pieces it had. It does seem like a small set for $60.
$60.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good grief.
Yeah, it is $59.99.
Oh.
Or it's €49.99 or.
Well, can add it
Well,
to the
overall,
list.
it's a lot of pieces, though.
How many, I wonder? Do we have piece counts?
550.
Oh.
$5.50.
That's not so bad then. That is a pretty
That's
appropriate.
not so
price
bad.
per
It just,
part.
I mean, like, yeah, it's an appropriate price, like, per part ratio. It just is interesting to me, like, looking at, for instance, looking at this image, I'm going to copy and paste this over here. You can totally see that, like, it doesn't look or feel like a $60 set, you know?
Huh.
It looks like, that looks basically like a maybe slightly extended version of,
Where'd all the pieces go, I wonder?
like a truck or something.
Truck? I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'm not saying,
looks so
I'm not saying it.
boring, honestly.
Well,
Okay, it's like,
It's a Yellow
pop culture thing.
Submarine.
it's easier
Yeah,
to say
it's
that
like
from the perspective of someone that doesn't like the Beatles. I do know,
Right.
people that are absolutely in love with the Beatles, grew up with them and stuff. This would, I would say, probably be worth $60 to them.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Yeah,
Overall, it's not
Yeah,
too
I
bad
can
of a
totally see
set.
that. I mean, like, we are fans of other things, like, you know, Prpl, they came out with something like Steven Universe theme. No matter, like, even if it was, like, if it was something that, like, was small, but, like, really relevant to the story, you would be like, okay, well, this is still worth getting.
Yeah,
And
probably.
it's the same thing for the Beatles, where, like, I'm not a fan of it, but I know that it's a very iconic
What
part
is
of,
that freak show
music.
that Prpl posted above the very
Oh
picture?
my
What is that
god,
thing?
what is that?
It's like a wood
Oh, I hate it's in the
goblin.
music video.
A wood.
You know, there's some people here who really hate that we don't, like, know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I
I've
bet.
heard yeah, I'm sorry, people who, like, I'm uncultured, sure.
This is what comment
I have
section.
It's not.
heard
It's not
many
just a
things from
music
the
video though. It's a
Beatles.
full-blown film. There's
Is it
there's
really?
an album, and then they made a film off the whole album.
Oh.
That's what they did with
I
like
did not
all
know
of their
that.
music.
Well, there you go then. I'm sure there's something to do with this creature, but comments, yeah, people tell us what this wood creature is, or whatever this.
Someone Eli 5.
Gosh, it's so creepy. It's
Whatever
like,
that is. It reminds me of Tinkle from The Legend of Zelda.
If I had a big
It's like-
picture of that thing, that would totally be the thumbnail, but I don't.
Oh, Tingle.
Tingle.
Sorry. What?
Tinkle.
Tinkle? Really?
wow,
I had to catch myself for that. I'm sorry.
incredible.
Sorry
Either
about
way,
that.
LEGO
What is
Ideas
that?
has continued to provide an outlet for LEGO to release crazy sets that they otherwise would never make. So it gets props for that, and the set also gets props for not being a licensed theme. Although I guess it kind of is technically
I mean,
music, but
it-
it's not
it
based
is.
off a
It's
show or whatever. So
It's based off a movie,
yeah, I guess now we know that.
apparently. So, yeah.
It's still a little
So
bit
there
more
you go.
original than most things they would do, so it deserves
It is a
props.
little more original. Like, it's not like a current movie or anything, but it is technically a licensed theme. It's using, you know, the Beatles.
Yeah.
And their submarine. Where
They also
have experts in.
confirmed a while back, I forget if we talked about this on last week's, I don't think we did, the LEGO Ideas results for the next round of projects, the old fishing store, fishing house got
they
accepted.
did.
And it floored me because I didn't think that was going to be accepted. I remember we wrote it off as being too intricate and too complex. I know Elder
Right.
wanted like the
And I hope
museum,
they
the
don't-
dinosaur thing, but
The Dinosaur Museum, I felt should have been like the one that was chosen.
Yeah, I feel like they
Honestly.
should do like a Lego City museum line or something.
I
Just
ain't
have like different
complaining.
exhibits that you connect to each other. That'd be really
provided
cool.
they don't butcher the fishing thing in translation. That set looks
Yeah.
crazy intricate and cool looking, so I'm down.
Like it's a really nice looking
I
set, but
bet
I
Var
really
will
hope they
get
don't
it.
like simplify it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Far will probably get it.
So I just wanted to make mention of that. It's a bit noteworthy.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, speaking of animated films and things that
Oh,
are going to
boy.
be released, Netflix just announced they are picking up the Lego Elves show.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
So
That's
basically-
actually kind of interesting.
From the ashes
It is kinda
of
interesting.
Bionicle, the journey to one, LEGO Elves rises. Enjoy it while you can, Elves fans.
Yeah. Oh god, I hope they
Plot
don't
twist.
like cancel it last minute, butcher the ending, all that stuff. That'd be really annoying.
It's actually a continuation of Bionicle.
Oh my gosh.
There were specials released on Disney, I believe.
Yep.
Right? Wasn't that where the Disney Channel is where
I
the
believe so.
other ones came out beforehand? And so I'm hoping that Lego Elves. I am glad that Lego is continuing with its original like content through Netflix.
Mhm.
That being said, Lego Elves is not my first choice, obviously enough.
Well,
but
it has dragons, so I'm actually kind of excited for this.
have you actually seen the Lego? I want to see the TV show. I honestly do think we should watch the TV show
Yeah,
that's
I've
put
seen
out by Lego. Any one of them.
I've seen some of the Elves clips, and like they're okay. They're sort of cheesy, but
Oh, I saw Lego Friends, which was like
I've not seen that, nor do
someone
I want to.
else.
Anyway, but yeah, I kind of like the what's the word? Like atmosphere.
environment.
like atmosphere and aesthetics of Lego Elves, because like there's a lot of purple and colors that I like.
I've seen a lot of people going like, I really like Elves, and I'm glad it's getting a Netflix show, but I hope they don't do anything radical, like change the art style or get new voice cast. Get a new voice cast, and I'm like, oh man, prepare yourself. You're all going to be really upset when it's completely different.
I can't even remember what their voices sound like, so it makes like no difference to me.
Yeah.
And as for the art style, it's a very like low budget animation. It's very choppy. So if they like did get a better budget, but like maintained a similar style, then that would still be cool. But if they like switch to 3D animation,
I'm sure it'll be CGI.
Yeah, probably.
It probably will be. CGI is really cheap to make. They might do a cel-shaded thing like they did with Bionicle.
Cool.
Yeah, that might be kind of cool. So long as it's
Like
not
a
that
Ruby.
weird style like, what's it called? I think Stormhawks. It was a very weird, like, cel-shaded looking animation style.
I don't recall it.
Have you never seen Stormhawks?
No.
I've never seen
know what that
Stormhawks.
is.
What are you
Nope.
talking about?
God.
Never heard of
Enlighten
it.
us,
It
Prpl.
was like, oh my gosh, I love that show so much. It just, the animation annoyed me. I can't even remember what it was about. They had, like, flying
Find a
ships or
screenshot.
whatever and had to fight bad guys.
I want to see.
Just click on the link. There's like pictures there. But anyway, if they do something like that, it might be kind of weird. But
I don't know. The one thing Journey to One
my
did
God.
get right was the art style. So I suppose we shouldn't be too worried. Netflix, Lego, they seem to know what they're doing.
Do we know? Do we know if the studio that made that is going to be continuing by making any other Lego related things? Which studio made Journey to One?
Volta.
What was it again? Volta, right? I'm gonna check up on them and see what they're working on right now.
I doubt it's public knowledge.
yeah.
Let's be real. But they did a good job.
Well, I mean,
they
they
did
might
a
have-
commendable effort for what they were given. So I hope they kind of can bring that talent to other things down the line. Cel-shaded Bionicle was about the last thing I ever thought I wanted or needed, but when I saw Bionicle in that style, it's like I can't really imagine it otherwise. At this point, it's become very, very representative for me. But, I hope that Lego Elves does well. I don't watch it particularly, but I would never wish anything bad towards any Lego theme, especially a story-driven theme like that. Like Elves. Between
Yeah.
Elves and Friends, Elves is totally the one that has the
Way
most
better.
effort.
Yeah,
put into it.
definitely.
It's not like just slice of life. It's like there's an actual story and like
They've
interesting
got a lot
world.
of similar tropes to Bionicle, which I appreciate because it's the same values.
Yeah, and for that, I'm going to start marathoning it. I'm not sure about Ninjago, but Lego Elves has me sold.
Come on, man, just give Ninjago a chance.
But Lego Elves sounds so much more fun.
I mean, maybe
There's
got
dragons.
Ninjago has dragons.
Ooh, yeah, see? Not as cool as Lego Elves dragons.
Apparently not. None of them are purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Well,
Well,
Elves 1, Ninjago 0.
here we go. Checkmate, Ninjago.
let's talk about some other stuff.
All right, we can. We've gone through our news docket. Let's do one last plug here before we talk about one final thing. I'd like to remind everyone that this podcast is brought to you by the TTV Message Boards. Those guys are great. We've been working on since, we've been working with them since day one, like we said beforehand. And they really have created a atmosphere for us to talk and discuss about Lego content in a way that honestly, I don't think I could have done it better myself. If I'm being completely honest here, I feel like they've done something that is just unique and really fun. They have one of the best looking
Okay,
boards.
enough ego boosting.
There's someone out there who isn't going to understand the joke.
All right, it's called the TTV Message Boards, guys. All right, if you don't understand that I made the message boards alongside VAR,
What are you
I don't
talking
know what to
about?
do. You
I made
kinda
the
need to,
message boards.
Really? I thought it was that Three Virtues guy.
Yeah, Teddy
Yes.
the veterinarian.
Teddy the veterinarian, alongside the hacker 4chan, made a TTV message boards. Right now, honestly, it is a really great place for you guys to interact with a bunch of other fans that are like-minded and also want to talk about Lego, Bionicle, all sorts of other things, and us as well, because we go on the message boards. So,
Yeah.
you can just go to board.tvchannel.com, sign up. It's free. You don't have to pay anything, and have a great time. Go nuts. I'm kidding. You can't go nuts. 'cause
Rules
we
and
have
regulations.
Go
we
nuts
have rules
within
and
reason.
regulations. Go nuts within reason.
Donuts.
Don't get banned.
So, I don't know what this is, but I just saw this, a news article, the SBrick Kickstarter. Anybody ever heard of this?
Yes. Okay. This is I was debating talking about this because like we talked about another Kickstarter a couple episodes ago, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to go into more Kickstarter stuff. Basically, it enables power functions from your phone or tablet or stuff.
So it's basically connecting stuff like Lego's different functions.
Yeah, like Mindstorms and stuff,
That's
like
cool.
added functions basically. Yeah, you can basically attach it to Mindstorm stuff, and it'll work with almost everything.
That sounds pretty nifty.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Apparently, this Kickstarter is certain to reach its goal, basically, because it's already almost achieved its funding goal, and it has 25 days left. So, congrats to the people at SBrick. I'm always down with seeing new Lego.
They made a SBrick already, like they made an original SBrick that was funded beforehand, and now this is the SBrick Plus, and I actually don't know. I have to read through here and figure out what is different between the original SBrick and the SBrick Plus. I think it's just like more things you can do, and better availability with the platforms.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
You can use all sorts of like coding and stuff with it. It's actually pretty cool.
Well, hey, that's awesome. Will I get one? Absolutely not. But if you're into like Mindstorms and functions,
It's a cool concept. If I had more money, I'd back it.
The donations start at $59. I probably wouldn't.
It's $60, yeah, for one SBrick, and it goes higher.
That is
from
rather
there.
expensive.
That's a lot of money.
That's really expensive.
You could buy
That
a
is
Yellow
basically-
Submarine with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could buy one Beatles Lego Submarine or get one of these. However, again, it has a 441 backers, and it's nearly reached 50,000. It's like 49,500, 24 days to go,
Yeah.
so it's got some time. I think it's going to be pretty well funded. People that have gotten the original SBrick have spoken highly of it, so you should be satisfied with what you're getting.
Woo.
We're basically at the end of our docket. I don't know. Do we want to
Yeah, very
prolong
much.
this? Because we can come up with Lego stuff to talk
No,
about, or we could
really.
just end it.
Nope, just end it.
We
It would
can
probably
we
be
can
kind
just
of
cut it
forced,
short.
honestly.
Yeah, the thing about BrickFeed is that whenever you have a news thing, once you reach the end of the news, you've reached all the news to have for that day. If you have,
Once you reach the end of the news, you reach the end of the
Thank you,
news.
guys.
Exactly. I mean, like, I'm saying, I'm trying to defend us coming out here. All right. If you guys have any news that you guys would want us to talk about in the future, make sure to leave them in the comments below. We'll check them up from time
Check
to time
them
and
up.
make sure that we.
Post them below and we'll check them up.
It's
sense
not
to me.
that weird of a statement, guys. I don't know what you're trying to get out of here. I feel like you're just like going
It
through.
sounds a little amusing, that's all. It's not like you said anything
Kahi,
wrong.
whatever you say is comedy gold.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You should feel good about this. You're a
I
funny
I
guy.
don't feel good about this at all. I have a really bad feeling about this. Thanks for watching the TTV BrickFeed podcast.
You're welcome.
Hope to see you guys next week. Again, it was fun. I'm Jonathan.
I'm messing it.
I'm Prpl.
And I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
And this was the TTV BrickFeed podcast. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe.
Rate, comment, subscribe.
Nope. That's a joke that hasn't been seen in a while. Man, you come back, you bring all the bad jokes with
Hasn't
you,
been
don't
seen,
you?
but hasn't been heard in a while.
Okay, you know what?